the beginning of the day with the train.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Paradaki!
Hi guys. How are y'all? I've realized that sometimes I talk too close to the microphone, so if I'm sounding muted or something, or not muted, I guess what's the opposite of muted? Blurred. Hi. I like your sweater. Jen sleeps in that, by the way.
Really?
I mean it, honestly.
Okay, yeah. It's a good sweater.
The same color.
Yeah. Alright, first off,
I mean it. I'm blaming jet lag. I'm blaming the 45 pounds of Italian food I had last night.
Alright, so first off, I want to speak for the whole hall here, and thank you for your incredible portrayal of Sam's struggles, hopes, and faith this season. You've been incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I haven't done it alone. I've had a lot of help from castmates and writers and y'all's support, so thank you.
Thank you. Alright, so my question is, Sam wanted to ask God about the shapes of planets and the people's ears that he found strange. So, if you could meet God and ask him to explain one strange thing in the world, what would that be?
Donald Trump. You know what's really funny is I was so upset with that line because Sam is smart. So Sam knows like the gravitational pull and the rotation of a planet shapes something, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have any other questions.
Yeah.
But and this is a very American thing, but I would love to know who shot JFK. I would love to know, categorically. I mean, there are a ton of questions. It wouldn't be why are the planets round? I don't know who wrote that, but it wasn't me. I could have told Sam why the planets are round. Yeah. Donald Trump, I'm stealing from the audience. Donald Trump's hair, is it real?
Thank you.
That's a good question. I should have said that when we made the cut. Hi.
Morning. How does Sam feel about Lucifer possessing his friend Castiel, especially after a scene where he touched his soul?
My opinion, and I think I probably share it with a lot of y'all in the audience, is that Sam is pretty terrified of Lucifer. And he's Sam has let himself be possessed by Lucifer. Sam has been around Lucifer. He's denied Lucifer. I think Sam is sort of an all hands on deck. Y'all know that phrase. He knows that the stakes are so high that we kind of have to do whatever it takes. And Sam, I don't think Sam turned Lucifer down mid-season because of Sam's strength, per se. I don't think he was too strong to take on Lucifer. I think it was because he knew he was too weak to take on Lucifer again. And maybe that's the same thing. But I think it was from a place of, I know I can't say yes to you because I can't take it. Like, I know people who are like, dude, I don't want a piece of cake because if I have that piece of cake, I'm gonna have ice cream, and then I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna have a cookie, and then a donut, and so they just won't do it. And I think that's where Sam was. And so I think he understands Castiel's choice, and we see some stuff happen in the season finale that will kind of go into what Dee and Sam think about that decision. So I'm glad you asked the question. Yeah, thank you, and I like the moose. He has better hair than I do. Bigger horns. Hi.
Hi. Denmark says hi, by the way. All my friends back home couldn't make it.
The entire country.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Hi.
It kind of goes on the hair point a little bit.
Donald Trump's hair?
You are actually leading up to my question. Is there any role that you would want so bad that you would cut your hair for it if it demanded it? sacrificing your body?
Guys, you know, it's really funny. For me, it's not even. For me, it's because it's not even a plausible, because it's not even an option. I mean, so far, it's weird. It's a funny thing, and I think that's part of why I grow my facial hair when I'm not working, because I can't touch this, and I mean, like I can touch it, but I mean, I'm not allowed to touch it, cut it. I'm allowed to touch it. This is taking a very weird turn. Because it hasn't been. Because for Sam, I have this hair for 11 years and counting. It hasn't even been an option, you know? It's like thinking of something, hey, would you ever fly? You're like, well, it's not even really an option, so I've never considered it. So I don't know what it's going to feel like when they say, like, okay, that's a wrap on Supernatural, you know? And the cast and crew cries and has a drink. Hopefully we're all there. It's going to be weird. So like my expression of freedom and my chance to explore myself, and like my wife, who's an actress and who's bee's knees, she'll play with her hair. You know, she'll be like, oh, I'm going to cut it, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Kind of explore different parts of her. She wants to dye it pink or purple, and I was like, do it. She's probably going to do it. But I love that. Like I love seeing people's self-expression and their differences and their variety, and I love different hair colors or different shoes. Or like I love seeing people express themselves in ways they don't maybe even realize what they're doing. So the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head that I would cut my hair for is to be in a World War II movie or TV show, because it's a part of history that I'm fascinated with, and I'd love to be able to explore that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But until then, I'm not cutting my hair. I'm not allowed to touch it.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Wonderful, how are you?
Great. My question is, in the episode Red Meat, Sam gets shot and a lot of things happen, and Dean takes pills to be able to make a deal with he tries to make a deal.
With Billy.
Yes. And I was wondering if it was the other way around, if it was Dean who got shot, what do you think Sam would have done? Would there be any difference?
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you would have done the same thing. For me, that was there were a few episodes that, for the most part, you know, when we're filming and the 9 months out of the year that we shoot, there's a certain structure to my life, and there's a certain pattern and a set of habits. You know, I wake up, and this is a day in the life of Jared. You know, on a Monday morning, I wake up about an hour and a half before Cliff picks me up, and I'll have a cup of coffee, and I'll go to the gym, and I'll get on the treadmill and read my lines, and just read them. You know, and I'm jogging, and I'll read the lines that I have for the day, and then when I'm done, I'll go back to page 1, read them again, read them again, read them again. So I don't memorize necessarily. I just try and get it so much. Like everybody, and maybe Supernatural is like this, or some episodes of Supernatural are like this for y'all, where you've seen something so many times that you can quote it, you know? And so for me, I mean it, right? So for me doing Supernatural is almost just like, I've seen it so many times I can quote it, and then I go to set. And so it feels like it swims around in my subconscious or my mind, whatever. But there are always a few episodes every year that break the mold for me and my preparation and like what I try to do. And Red Meat was one of those this year, because I read it, and it's like, it was almost I was going to say a punch to the gut. I guess a shot to the gut. But it was almost like, oh my God, that's going to be so hard to film. Not like, oh, I'm going to have to work a lot of hours, but it was like, that's going to be like such a journey for Sam, like such a hard place to go. And some people, some actors, and there's no right way or wrong way, whatever works for you, but we'll just read something and play pretend. You know, like, hey, and that's fine. Some people are great at that, but for me, I can't do that, and so I have to try to put myself in that situation. I wish I could just play pretend and go home and be like, hey, you know, but I can't. And so I kind of I try to live through whatever Sam is living or dying through. So that was a difficult episode, but I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so as both Sam and Jared girl, my question is,
I'm a Jared girl too.
if Sam met Jared, what friendly advice would you give each other?
Cut your hair. Sam would probably think Jared's a wiener. Or a pansy. I don't know what the proper word is here across the pond. God. I think Jared, being where Jared is now, would probably be like, hey Sam, like, take a moment, man, take a moment for you. And Sam would tell Jared, do something with your life. No, that's a great question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. Sam would probably be confused why Jared was married to a demon. But Sam thought she was hot too, so... And I think Jared would probably be pretty proud of Sam, because I know I am, so... Yeah.
And Sam would say to Jared, always keep fighting.
Definitely. They'd say it to each other, and I'd say it to them. Yeah.
I just need like a good advice from you. So get this. My brother's girlfriend is named Lilith. What should I do?
Drink some demon blood, and then just do this. Is she blonde?
Yeah.
You should just leave an episode of Supernatural, like, on his TV playing, with Lilith in it, like, from season 4, and just get it in his head. You gotta be careful, man. You can't always believe what these demons are telling you, so tell him to watch out.
Okay.
And if trouble happens, tell him to call Sam the Demon. We'll be there. Thank you very much. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. First of all, I wanted to say, and this might sound a little bit weird, but you give amazing hugs, and I just wanted to thank you for that. My question is, if you could rule the world, what would be the first thing you would do?
I would take a page from y'all's book, y'all being Europe, and like institute an adult nap time. I'm all about the nap. I don't often get to take naps, and maybe this is just the jet lag speaking, but a nap. I look at, like, so I have 2 kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and we try to put them down for nap time, and they're like, no! And I'll look at them and be like, if you only knew how amazing it is. And they're fighting it and like trying to talk gibberish and you're like, buddy, you're so tired, just go to sleep. So yeah, maybe that's just me being a couple days in a different time zone, but I would institute a good solid nap time and air conditioning everywhere because I'm always hot.
Thank you.
And free hugs. My drama teacher once told me, my high school drama teacher, he was this amazing guy, he was an amazing coach, but he always said, never ruin a hug. And just like a cool, for some reason, it stuck with me. Like it's just a nice way to tackle another human being without saying the words, like, hey, you're important to me. Like, hey, we're sharing this space here, and were blips. And oh, thank you. Oh, got it. Look at that. Hello. Yeah, it's a nice time to share with somebody who you've never, maybe you've met, maybe you haven't, but just to say you're important. So, yeah, go Hogs. Hi.
Very serious. And mind you, I will be taking notes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So was Sam and Dean chasing the bear, or was it the other? I need to draw a picture of that.
The bear was... Was anybody not here yesterday for Sam and Dean? Okay, good. So the bear was chasing Sam and Dean. Yeah. And Sam and Dean jumps out of the water a lot. But the bear is a bit slow, I guess. He's not like a really cool, he's not like Revenant Bear or anything. He's kind of like a, maybe a happy bear, but he has claws. And Sam and Dean has a leather jacket on. And I guess for the flippers be bow-legged? I guess the flippers are bow-legged. Yeah.
So no legs on 17. Just
Yeah, no legs. No, he's just salmon.
Just salmon.
Yeah. Come on now, salmon don't have legs. That's weird. They wear leather jackets, they don't have legs. I guess he just had some normal flippers. Because it was very vivid to me. Yes, thank you. I would love for you to draw that. I'd love to see that. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. It kind of tickles. It's multi-talented. How are you?
Hi. Since we have new showrunner, I was wondering how do they actually influence the character, and what do you expect from the season and Sam with the new showrunner?
That's a great question. The showrunners have an enormous influence on the show. Obviously, I mean, the phrase showrunner, I don't know how it necessarily translates, but they guide the path of the season and of the characters in that season. And so I think Sam and Dean have been around long enough to have very clear priorities and perspectives and goals. And so I think Sam and Dean are super strong, and even if somebody who had never seen, somebody who had never seen the show ended up coming on as a showrunner, I think Jensen and I could maintain our characters, you know? It's going to be a tough job for anybody. If Eric Kripke and Sarah Gamble and Jeremy Carver got together and wrote season 12, it would still be difficult because we've done 241 hours of television. 241 42-minute episodes of television. So either way, it's a big hamburger to eat, or a big plate of pasta, bowl of pasta. I've never even heard that analogy. I don't know. It's a big hamburger to eat. My brain is full steam. Full steam ahead. My wife is laughing. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be difficult for Andrew, for Bob. It would be difficult for Jesus Christ or Chuck to comment this season. And so I think Jensen and I, we love Sam and Dean and Sam and Dean as much as y'all do. Like we love these guys. They're a part of our lives. They're a massive part of our lives. And I'm very fond of Sam. You know, I think he's a great guy. I think he really tries hard, and so I'll protect Sam. And I'm making it sound like it's scary. Andrew's fantastic. Bob Singer is fantastic. They'll be great. They will decide what the season's about, but I will always work to protect Sam, and Jensen will always work to protect him.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, good. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for taking for the vote.
Thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. I would like to know what is the worst criticism you have ever received?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Criticism. You have ever received.
Oh, the worst oh, yeah. Oh, God. This is a true story. I did a movie called Cry Wolf in 2000, and it was a good movie. I liked it. I did it in 2004, and the internet, like chat rooms, had just started. And when I did it, other than John Bon Jovi, I was kind of the most famous actor. I had a show, and a lot of the other actors on Cry Wolf were young. But one of the guys, Julian, who's a great guy, we were sharing a room for the movie. It was a low-budget movie, and we shared a room. And he was like, "Oh, dude, we should look online and like see what people are saying about you." And I literally, I'd been on Gilmore Girls for 3 or 4 years. I had no idea. I had no idea you could go online. I didn't have an iPod. I didn't have a laptop. Like I just was a kid, like who was working. I wasn't a kid at the time, but I was probably oblivious to it on purpose. I didn't want to go, but all the actors were in the room, and they were like, "Yeah, let's look in." And so he went to, I think it was like WB.com or something, WarnerBrothers.com, and clicked on like Gilmore Girls chat blogs or chat rooms where people write different things, and most of it was really flattering. I was like, "Oh, Dean, blah, 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 it should be Dean, not Jess," and some people would be like, "Oh, well, I like Jess," or whatever it was. And I was like, "Cool." And then one person, and I swear to God this happened, one person was like, "He shouldn't have cut his hair, he looks like a chick." And it actually, it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. I was like, why would somebody say that about me? Like, not that there's anything wrong with chicks, I love chicks very, but it just like, I knew the person meant it as an insult, you know? And I was like, why is somebody insulting me? Like, I don't know this person, I don't know who this is. Like, why do they think they have the right to say something mean about me? I'm not saying anything, and it like got me thinking, and I was like, this is horrific. And I think from that point on, I kind of made a pact to myself to not even approach it. Almost like what I was talking about earlier. Like, I don't even want to read the good because I forget the good and I remember the bad. And so I try not to focus on, I try not to even let it in my life. They say in America we have a saying, garbage in, garbage out, you know, and people use it about diet. Like if you eat bad, then you're going to feel bad, you're going to gain weight or get high cholesterol or blood pressure or something. But I believe the same about kind of, I believe the same mentally. Like if you read a lot of bad, if you hear a lot of bad, especially like on my personality side, you tend to focus on it. Like I'll focus on criticism more than I'll focus on flattery. And so I try not to read too much, but I mean, you could probably scroll through my Facebook or Twitter. There's some mean things that are said. Luckily, I'm at a place now where I have a wife I love very much, and kids I love very much, and friends and y'all. And so I can ignore the bad. But that's, for some reason, that's not the worst criticism I've ever received, but that's what I remember, and that was 12 years ago. But now I have y'all, so.